What you gonna do with all that green? I'm gonna feed my monkeys with it. They all hang out by the pool next to my backyard roller coaster with my face on a giant poster. Tonight we're having oysters with the Kobe steak in the toaster. Waiting to feed my lions and shit. You better deal with it. Wait here, I'm about to pick up Scarlet J and then Natalie P. What you gonna do with all that cash? Gonna stay out in an all-nighter bed. I'm gonna buy myself a nice suit and tie, and then I give my boss the finger in my private jet flyby. What you gonna do with all that green? I'm gonna feed my monkeys with it. They all hang out by the pool next to my backyard roller coaster with my face on a giant poster. Tonight we're having oyster with the Kobe steak in the toaster. Waiting to feed my lions and shit. You better deal with it. Wait here, I'm about to pick up Scarlet J and then Natalie P. What you gonna do with all that cash? Gonna stay out in an all-nighter bed. I'm gonna buy myself a nice suit and tie, and then I give my boss the finger in my private jet flyby. What you gonna do with all that cash? Gonna stay out in an all-nighter bed. I'm gonna buy myself a nice suit and tie, and then I give my boss the finger in my private jet flyby.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me. Now looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free.
What up? What up, everybody? What up?
Hi guys,
How's it
how are
going?
everybody?
Sorry for the technical glitch.
We
YouTube
had some
likes to.
technical delays,
YouTube said, "No, I'm not gonna let you go live." No.
but we're live now.
Yeah, so
Yay!
we just had to reboot the internet real quick. Not our internet, the whole thing. So how's it going, everybody? We saw lots of cool little conversations going on. We missed it all. That's fantastic. What's up, Cruise fam? So great to see everybody. What up?
I'm making sure I'm listening to the
Okay.
audio. Sorry, I'm just testing all the audio stuff. Give us a heads up that everything's good.
Yeah, if
We are
everything's good,
loud enough
let's do this.
audio levels, and we will get started. Woot. Hello to everybody. Thank you
What
guys for
up,
joining.
fam?
Like Shonda said, we're so sorry
man.
about the delay.
Yeah,
Just
it
doing
happens.
some minor technical stuff with
It happens. What are you
YouTube.
gonna do about it? You know?
yeah,
So thank you for hanging
whatever.
out with us. We love each and every one of you for sticking around. Most people be like, nope, I'm done. So I really appreciate that you're here.
Yes.
You're here with us. We're gonna talk a little bit about the breeze and some other stuff. We can't wait. There's so many amazing people in here. Thank you to all of our family here who's from the Sean and Stef Cruise Buddies. Thank you to our patrons and our GoFundMe people here. Everybody, just everybody. Thank you to everybody. It's just, and thank you to Brittany. We're going to talk a little bit more about Brittany in a minute. Super thank you to Brittany. So yeah, now that everybody's here and we've kind of fumbled our intro, we're like, man, we just hope for a good stream today. It'd be great if the stream was good. Nope. The internet said, So it is what it is. Are we good on the...
We're good.
Audio?
Audio
Okay.
sounds great.
Audio
we are
sounds good.
fantastic.
Sneaks wants in on the stream.
We have some cats that are down here
They're like,
yelling
"We
about
want-
stuff.
We want on the stream.
So, yes. Well, I guess we'll start off with, we already said hi to everyone, but
Yeah.
so we'll start off
Hey,
with the
family.
Carnival Breeze.
Yeah, so we just got off the Carnival Breeze, and he's love the breeze as well. So we will tell you why and explain all that stuff. And you cannot have kids in there before 7 o'clock at night. It's completely 100% no kids. I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing, but the Haven doesn't do that. The Yacht Club doesn't do that. You know, I don't know if other suite levels do that on other ships, but the point is that little space means no families out there, nobody's out there. You're all by yourself. Now it's a little too private. Don't know if I can get much closer to the mic, but I'll try.
That's good closeness.
Hi,
That's
Clues
good.
family. Let's keep it smooth.
Where's the audio?
Let's do some yacht rock.
We have you all the way up.
Hold on,
I don't know
hang
what
on.
we can do with you.
I know what we can do. You are...
So anyway, if you have not seen any of our breeze, here's a little preview. We did a fun little
What?
montage. If you'd like to watch it, here we go. It's just real fast. Here's a montage of our breeze trip.
Montage.
No. Oh. Wait a second. Hold on. Wait,
This is what happens when you put Stephanie in charge of the technical side of things.
I did this. I know it. Oh, here it is. I got it. Ready?
So seriously,
right.
you can't give Stephanie buttons. There's just something about Steph and buttons that it's just they don't mix. I mean, and she pushes them all. They're all the red. What was that thing in Space Camp? No survivors. That's Steph. She's always pushing the wrong buttons.
For you know people that know, we have this little device that's really, really cool. It's these little
It's
buttons
cool when you use
here.
it properly. It's amazing, right? But when you do it, when you button mash, oh my goodness, you know, you're gonna run into whatever. You know, I'm surprised, like, you know, some random YouTube page didn't pop up or something. Anyway,
Yes.
so
we had a fantastic time.
Love the breeze.
We had a fantastic
loved
time.
every second of the breeze. It's a beautiful ship. Really great crew. Really great crew. Steph, can you make your overly excited face again? Every time we, I don't- you should work for Disney. Well, that's funny. You got to throw that up there.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
thanks, Kathy.
So this is we. Okay, I'm officially removing you from the buttons. My goodness gracious. Seriously, just hands off the buttons. Seriously, you have got a thing where you need to sit on your
All
hands.
right, this is awesome. This is a great question. I actually did work for Disney.
No joke about you not touching the buttons. Seriously.
I actually did work at Disney. I did work in the parades a long time ago. So that's kind of funny that you
She
said
was
that.
in Tapestry at Epcot. It was amazing.
Yeah, I did do that. So, yeah. Anyway, we are talking about the Carnival Breeze.
Yeah.
So,
It was a great ship.
we had a great time. Talk about layout, like ship-wise, it's very similar to Horizon.
Sort of.
There's a little differences.
Yeah.
The Alchemy Bar, for one, is in a complete different location from the Horizon. So the Horizon has the Alchemy Bar in sort of the middle of the.
As you come around the corner, it's between the walkway of the Bonsai restaurant and the Fahrenheit
It's
restaurant.
like between restaurants. It's kind of like in the middle. It's kind of strange. And on the Breeze, it's in this little corner beside. It's actually an Ocean Plaza where you can actually see the bands.
Right next to the stage, yeah.
There's a stage, and you can do trivia there, which is kind of neat.
But as such, because of the location, it's way more crowded.
Yes.
Way
so
more crowded.
It's really nice at night. You have
Oh, yeah.
entertainment, which on the Horizon you didn't. It was just really just a bar. It's kind of just, you just kind of picked up a drink and just kept going and you went somewhere else. But on the Breeze, you got entertainment for a night with the bands and the different live venues that they had going on there. And then during the day, you had trivia and Yahtzee and all the other games that you could play there. So it was kind of an interesting location. I kind of liked it better on the Horizon. I think it was a better location. And that's just because of traffic. So if you've been to the Alchemy Bar, you know it's a craft cocktail bar, which takes a long time way for people to get drinks made,
Right.
because they're all made with love and care and
Lots of love.
lots of ingredients and all that stuff. Well, with that comes people getting very irritated and very upset because the drinks aren't coming out fast.
We won't drink now.
So when you have that, then the bartender, it's sort of this downhill spiral. The bartenders sort of get really angry, and then it just becomes this, everyone's stressed out. And so on the Horizon, it was just a little bit more calm, a little bit more peaceful. You didn't have the entertainment, but like I said, the crowd was a lot smaller, so it was kind of nice to not have that insanity going on at that bar. I mean, that's one thing. I think that was the biggest layout difference that we noticed.
For sure. For sure. Solo Sea Traveler asks, I'll be on the Vista in a couple of weeks. Anything we shouldn't miss? I definitely recommend all of the stage shows on the
Yes.
Vista class.
Especially what was the dark one?
Don't get them mixed up. You sail too much. You're going to say the wrong one.
What was the one?
It's not Flick.
Soulbound.
Soulbound. There we go. Love
Soulbound.
Soulbound.
Definitely do
and
not
Celestial
miss
Strings.
Soulbound and Celestial Strings. So
Yeah.
good. Both very, very good shows.
High Tea, for sure.
High Tea.
C-Day Brunch.
With the High Tea with the string players. It's really, really
Celestial
nice. They
Strings,
play, and it's just kind of this peaceful,
Very fancy.
you feel very, very, very fancy.
Very
So
fancy.
definitely don't miss that.
No.
But they did have all that stuff on the Breeze as well.
They did.
So also don't miss C-Day Brunch. Anybody who sailed
C-Day
Carnival knows
Brunch.
C-Day Brunch is like the best brunch ever. It's so good.
She acts like she's a pro. 2 weeks ago, we didn't know anything about CD Brunch, and I was like, what? This is
Like,
the
what?
greatest thing
C-Day Brunch.
ever.
So good. But yeah, so otherwise ship layout was just really awesome. I mean, we were on deck 2, and we'll talk about our room,
Oh,
our
love
cabin
deck
in just
2.
a second.
Deck 2 for the win.
On Carnival Breeze, and I think Horizon was decked 3, 4, 5, or your main stuff. Is that right? 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
The start of
Yeah,
stuff.
same on the Breeze. Yeah.
We
Or
were only
the
one deck down,
Horizon. Yeah.
which means you didn't have to take the elevator for a lot of things.
Low decks for the win. Deck 2 was amazing for ports. When we came back, everyone's scrambling for an elevator.
like,
We just went
doot, doot,
right up one flight of stairs, like, hey, what's up? What's up?
Yeah, it was really nice. We like that. That's pretty much it for the ship. It's very, like I said, it's very similar. The atrium's really pretty on the Breeze, where the
Oh,
atrium
yeah.
on the Horizon's kind of a little clinical. It's not as fancy. It's just sort of, they have a video screen in the
The
atrium
video
on the
funnel is
Horizon,
cool. It's cool,
but it's not very big.
it's-
It's
yeah.
tiny. So I like
It's
the
not
atrium on the Breeze. It's in pictures when you see.
She acts like you could put it in your
No.
living room. You can't.
No, we said this on pictures.
Yes.
When you see this in pictures,
The
it
angles that
looks
they use,
really,
yeah.
really big.
Yeah, it's only 2 stories
It's
tall.
little.
So it's not that big. Or 3 stories at the most.
Yeah. So the atrium, if you like to sit in the atrium, the Breeze is definitely an awesome atrium. It has clouds and it's really cool. Well, you've seen the video, so it's pretty neat.
Allison's got a great question about her room, and the answer,
is no. So we did not hear any noise. The only noise we heard was the ocean, and it was so amazing.
And when we're at port, when they're doing the initial, whatever they do, it sounds like they're, doing some light construction outside. I don't know what it is they do to get the ship to touch the pier, but whatever that does, that was a little bit noisy because the gangplank and stuff is literally right there. But the only thing you can absolutely hear on the Cove balcony is the ocean, and it's so loud. I regret not bringing like a really great microphone and just recording it, because that would put anyone to sleep. It was magic, straight magic.
Yeah, it was really awesome. I
Awesome.
mean,
There's only one negative about it, though.
yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to
to
that. We'll get to that.
So actually, we'll talk about that next. We'll talk
Oh,
about
Robbie says, I thoroughly enjoyed the Breeze. Much love for the Atrium. The Atrium is beautiful, especially compared to the Vista class ships. I think the Dream class, is that what Breeze
It's
is?
Dream Class, yeah.
Yeah, I believe they have, in my humble opinion, they have much nicer atriums. Friendlier, too, because it's a little more intimate, whereas the Horizon Atrium is almost 360 degrees around, and you really can't get the people as close as you do. I mean, you are close on the Breeze. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the Halloween episode yet, but in the atrium during the Halloween party, we're like, hey, nice costume. Your breath smells great.
I think I just think cruise ship atriums in general are just small. Now the celebrity atrium was grand,
Massive.
and I know that Princess also has a very grand, which we get to try tomorrow, which we'll talk about in just a second. So on all the ships that we've sailed on, so Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, well, Royal Caribbean doesn't really have an atrium at all. They have a promenade, and it's a whole different thing.
Whole different ball of wax.
But yeah, they're really just small, but I liked the Breeze because it had the clouds and it was really pretty, and you could sit in there. And they had if you notice, they have windows on the side. You know how you can look out the window from the lobby? They have little benches there, so you can sit there and look out the window and enjoy the sea. Or if you have a cove balcony, you can sit on your cove balcony, which is really nice. But but yeah, it's just a really cool ship. It was the theater itself. If you saw episode 1 of the theater, it was the first thing we saw when we got on the ship, and it is gorgeous. I think it's the largest theater we've ever been in.
Probably.
It was 3 levels, and the seats were huge, but on my favorite part was the very bottom main level, the chairs were big benches. So Sean and I when there were these big tables in front of us, so Sean and I could sit there and sort of relax and then, sort of snuggle on the bench. And it was just kind of a nice, you kind of felt like you were at a movie, but it really had lots of space. And it was just really
for those
cool.
of you above 6 feet tall, the theaters are a nightmare for me. I'm not complaining. It's just, that's life for me. On the seaside, I was dying. For one, it's really hot in there, and I'm wearing a jacket, so that's bad. But 2, the seats in front of me are literally in my lap. So if you're over 5'8" on most cruise ships, it's really difficult to get any comfort. On this particular seating area that Stephanie found out of the blue, we just sat down. It's like sitting at home.
It was so nice.
I could stretch out and not touch the seats in front of me. So it's just like all of a sudden my knees aren't hurting. I'm relaxed. I'm enjoying this really beautiful show. So yeah, for me personally, I love things where I can actually fit, whereas, crying out loud, the seaside, I was sweating. I was like, Steph, if this show goes 10 more minutes, I'm gonna have a connection.
Yeah, the seaside theater is very, very small. It's almost like it's not meant to be. It's kind of like we need to have a theater, so here you go.
Yeah,
On the seaside.
Every cruise line has priorities, and everything can't be a priority, obviously.
Yes,
so the
true.
shows on the seaside aren't a priority. I'm not saying on MSC because they have Circuit C. So
yes.
What?
And we had just had a question. The piano bar was super nice. It was so crowded that we never actually got to get in.
We could never get anywhere near it.
But I did like the location on the Breeze better than the Horizon. The Horizon has it sort of attached to the steakhouse. Again, it's just a weird layout when compared to the Breeze. The Breeze has an area for the piano bar. It's a lot bigger.
Yeah, it expands.
It's
to
a lot.
Yeah,
it was really nice.
Very
but
pretty.
It was always crowded.
And the piano player was really nice. We talked to her in the elevator 100 times because when you stay on deck 2, well, you're basically crew. So we ran into everybody all the time. We're like, hey, we love your voice. Wish we could see you, but she's just like, yeah, you have to get there like an hour early.
That is one thing I will say on deck 2. You see all of the entertainment staff
High
is
five
on
and crew.
deck 2.
Like, what up, man? Good show.
It was really cool to be able. They're just walking by, going to dinner.
Steph, literally, if someone walked by and goes, oh, hey, I love your hair, and she did a double take. She goes, I loved you on the stage show last night. She's all, thank you. It was the weirdest kind of.
It was very neat
situation.
Yes, the Horizon Lido pool and movie screen. In that, if you like that, then it's almost the exact same on Breeze. I would say the pool deck, the Lido deck, everything's pretty much the same.
It feels like the Breeze deck is bigger, and that could just be how things are laid out. The Horizon deck seemed just a scotch smaller, and I could be completely crazy and wrong, but it's how it felt. But the movies at sea on the Breeze was. The dive-in movies were fantastic.
We got to finally see one. We missed it on the Horizon, but we made a point because they were showing Transylvania 3, which we had to go see, and it was just really cool. So definitely recommend that for anybody going on a Carnival cruise. Try to get it's hard at night because there's so much stuff going on at night. They do have daytime shows as well, but of course everybody knows the Caribbean is blazing hot, so take that into consideration when you're sitting on the pool deck. Unless you're in the pool, you'd probably be roasting.
Oh, yeah.
But it's very, very fun to be able to sit out there. They have popcorn and you get a drink, and it was just really, really fun to do. I'm glad we got to do that.
And everyone was in like a really cool vibe.
Yeah.
So it was just nice. It wasn't hot. It was a little bit breezy on the breezy. Michelle has a great question. Did you guys do the Thrill Theater? Here's the thing. I would jump out of an airplane and do this live stream if I could. I would fist pump a shark. I mean, I love doing fun things. So level 3 is not nearly a strong enough level for me. Stephanie, on the other hand, doesn't even like level 1. So we did it once on the Horizon, and that was enough for her. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, so if you've noticed, I usually wear C bands because I get motion sickness. I have to wear them if I go to a theme park. I just wear motion sickness bands all the time if I'm doing something with motion. And the Thrill Theater made me feel like I needed like 70 motion bands. I wanted to wrap them around me anywhere I could. I was like, made me really, really sick, really nauseous.
She doesn't usually get nauseous that easily.
So yeah,
although Everest, I mean.
Yeah,
we have a roller coaster here in our backyard called Expedition Everest, and she can do that a whole whopping one time before she's like, yeah, tapping out.
Yeah, I the motion stuff. So we stayed away from it this time since we did it on the Horizon. But it is the same. It's the exact same theater, exact same. Actually, it's the exact same shows as well. The three. It's if you've ever been on there, it's you get to like the different levels, and then there's like 6 different little mini animation shows that you watched for your
3 per category.
3? Oh, there was like 6.
No. It feels like 6.
That's how long it feels like.
Here's the deal. They can't charge the money for one event, and so they give you 3. So level 1 is 3 independent films. They just literally start, you do your thing, and they stop. And then they start again, and then you stop. And they start again, and then they stop. And then someone turns the lights on and say, later. So it's cool if you're into it. I like it. I think it's a really cool thing to have to a ship. That thing on a TA would be amazing. We have a cool question right here from Nicholas. He says, how did you guys find the entertainment on the Breeze versus NCL? I don't ever like to badmouth any cruise line because I can tell you great things about every cruise line. But I will say this, Carnival has by far across the board as good or better entertainment in terms of the stage shows and the musicians as Norwegian. I wouldn't say it's like a lot better. I'd say it's good. It can go either way. I've seen some really masterful musicians come through Horizon. And as well as on Breeze, there was some amazing brass players on the Breeze. But I mean, that was an individual thing. The stage shows, I like the stage shows, the original stage shows. They're using all copywritten music. I mean, it's really just great dance and performance to popular music. But I liked those better than the shows on NCL because I've seen those shows so many times. I can only see Priscilla and Jersey Boys so many times. I wish they would change it up a little bit. It's been a while. I loved when Norwegian had like Blue Man Group. That was amazing. I don't know. I just, like I said earlier, I think every cruise line has a priority, and I don't believe live entertainment is a priority for Norwegian. I'm not saying it's bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it's not their number one priority. You could argue that Royal's number one priority is live entertainment. I mean, they have Broadway shows for crying out loud. That's a lot of money. Those people aren't working for cheap. So I would say that it's comparable. And if you like Norwegian entertainment, you'll absolutely like Carnival entertainment. I'll put it out that way.
Yeah, I agree. Cruise ship entertainment has grown. We've been cruising since, gosh, I don't know when we started cruising.
About 10 years now.
I think it's been like 10 years. And when we first started, it was like, ugh. I mean, you just were like, ugh, really? Like, and I'm not naming any cruise lines or anything like that, but you're just like, oh, maybe we're not going to go to the show tonight because we went last night and it was just, oof. So it's just one of those things, and the entertainment has grown so much between all of the lines, and actually it's one of the cool things about being able to just sort of hop around and just explore all of the different lines that we've seen of all the different entertainment that's available. And like Sean said, Royal definitely puts a emphasis on entertainment, but the musicians, I will say this, the musicians and entertainers on Carnival ships are young. They're a lot younger, so it's a different kind of vibe. It's a more of a youthful, it's just a young thing. They're fantastic. They're great. And I like that kind of vibe that they bring to the entertainment, where when you get up into Royal, you have the more mature actors, performers, singers, and you can tell. So I think that's a big difference on the entertainment wise.
I'll agree with that.
But we loved it. We saw Flick, which was,
loved Flick.
It was sort of a movie. It was like a movie.
It was a journey through
film.
And it was all famous tracks that and they used some really cool screen technology, a little bit of projection mapping, but they did something that I really don't want to give it away, but they did something with actual fans, actual wind, and it was cool.
It was
they did it several
so
times.
Neat and so mesmerizing
I
that
hate to talk about it because I don't want to ruin
have
it.
as I don't like to shoot the stuff. We didn't actually get told we couldn't shoot this one. We usually get you hear the whole spiel. This one didn't. But I was doing little clips of the thing because we don't like to give away the whole performance. But I was so enamored with this thing that was happening that I didn't even have, I think I had the camera pointed at my feet. I was just like, oh.
Yeah,
and then it just went down. I was just like, oh, okay.
I want to acknowledge here real quick, Robbie O'Malley. He's a great friend of us, of our show. Yes. He's amazing. It's Robbie Cruises. If there's ever a question about Norwegian, I'm pretty sure that when Norwegian has a question, they call Robbie. They're like, I don't even remember. Hold on. They have like a bat phone. It doesn't dial. You just pick it up. It's this red line. And Robbie's like, yo, go for Robbie Cruises. Oh, that's a silly question. You should know that, Mr. CEO. It's just, but I'm telling you, Robbie knows everything. So what he just said about the Choir of Man, that's great. Most of the ships don't have that little side unique project. A lot of them are you'll notice in Carnival's actually boasting the saying, regardless of the ship or the itinerary, they're going to have the same kind of entertainment. Well, Norwegian's going around the same thing where you're having clones of the entertainment everywhere, but Choir of Man is awesome, and you can see them outside of the ship as well.
Yes.
At least you could before. I had friends who saw them in New York. So correct me if I'm wrong, Robbie, but I'm pretty sure you could have seen them in New York up to a minute ago, right? Let's see. What's this one?
I was going to put this. Renee asked, what is your favorite part of the Breeze if you had to pick?
Ooh.
That one's a difficult one.
Ooh. Well, there's these little tiny things about the Breeze that I love. On deck 5 on the lanai are these two, one on each side, these two massive hot tubs that nobody's going anywhere near, and nobody's walking out there, nobody's sitting out there. So if you want to just catch a little alone time with your significant other and literally get peace and quiet, that was a cool little spot. For me, the Alchemy Bar is the greatest, not because I'm a heavy drinker, but because I love craft cocktails, and these bartenders are just world-class bartenders, and they're really great people. So we get to learn a lot about where they're from, and it's funny. They know the people from the Alchemy Bar from the Horizon, so we showed them the video that we made of the Alchemy Bar and the Horizon. They're like, oh, and so one of the bartenders was like, I'm gonna do way better than that, and started getting crazy into doing the shots with us. And so I don't know.
Shots is in video, not shots.
Not shots. There's only one cruise line I've done shots with bartenders with, and I'm not sure I'm going to say what line it was because I don't think they were allowed to do it. But I did, in fact, go behind the bar and do shots with bartenders on a very famous line on a pretty famous ship.
Yes. I think my favorite also would be the Alchemy Bar, and I think that actually, no, I'm taking that back. I really enjoy, and this is a Carnival thing now because we've been on 2 ships, Sea Day brunch.
Yeah.
It is like I'm just looking forward to Sea Days. I almost am like, can we not have a port day and have a Sea Day so I can have Sea Day brunch?
Yeah,
it is so good. I just love every bit of it. You can have all kinds of food. Well, like I said, you have breakfast and lunch because it's brunch, but that's probably my favorite part about everything on that ship.
Yeah,
so.
The Breeze is a gorgeous ship, and I didn't hate anything. I would say that if I had to pick one thing that bothered me about the Breeze versus Horizon is the casino is on the same floor as your specialty dining. So, if you've got a lot of people smoking in the casino, there's just not a lot of circulation. The new ships have way better circulation. I say new ships. This ship was came out in 2012. It's not an old ship, but the technology for circulation is so much better that it's very noticeable when you're on deck 5 going around anywhere near Pixels or anywhere outside the casino, anywhere the bonsai place. It's all very the Red Frog pub. It's all very smoky. So the layout on Horizon was different.
That was, and it's not just where because I know we've actually talked about that about Norwegian a lot in the older ships. They're fixing all that up because the smoke in the Getaway can sometimes go down to where the French restaurant is, and it just kind of gets really kind of smoky if you have a lot of smokers. On this cruise, it was I want to say probably 60 to 70% of the cruise ship was smokers, and they were in the casino.
And I don't care about that, but they don't bother to. I mean, the casinos are wide open, so
and the casino there's the Atrium, and then casino, and then all of your other stuff. So your Alchemy Bar, your Ocean Plaza is all past the casino, and you have to walk through the casino. So by the time you get to Ocean Plaza, you literally smell like smoke.
Yeah, they put the casino as a main thoroughfare. So if you want to avoid it, you have to either go out to the lanai if you remember to get to the door quick enough, or you have to go below or above. None of which is really all that convenient. So it's just one of those things where they just need to figure out a way to make it to where it's not permeating throughout the entire deck 5.
We just had we're group cruise question.
Yes, I love this question. We would absolutely do a group cruise tomorrow. Here's the thing, though. We're going to have to put it on y'all. You, as collectively, as our cruise family, have to pick a ship, have to pick a line. We deliberately go on every line possible, but as such, you've got diehards. I don't know if I could get, Robbie of all people to get on anything other than Norwegian. So are we all cool with doing Norwegian? It's up to you.
Maybe we'll have little mini group cruises. And everybody
that's fine. That's fine. We'll do little intimate group cruises, like 6 and 8 people. Okay, this is the Royal Cruise, everybody.
And yes, Cruise Genius. I also hate the smell of smoke. I'm very sensitive to it.
She's got asthma and huge lung problems.
Have some issues with lungs and things. So it's very difficult for me, and that's one of the things that I found. And yes, so we're talking about the Getaway on Norwegian. Getaway is the I don't know how to explain it. The layout of it has the casino smoke going down into the middle. Actually, it's this beautiful chandelier. It's the most gorgeous picture that you've ever seen.
Yeah.
But that smoke goes up and down and all around, and so it's kind of crazy. But that is the exact same thing that happens on the Breeze. It is the same kind of thoroughfare.
Except it's not going up and down; it's trapped.
No, it's going trapped, and it's going straight across to all the restaurants. So
Alaska 2020 group cruise. Yeah, sure.
Yes. All right. So we have some more questions.
Just to let you guys know, we're not ignoring you. The comments are coming fast and furious, and we're trying to answer everything. For those of you asking about the Epic, we love and adore the Epic. We've been on the Epic more times than any of us would care to admit, and we'll probably be back on it.
It's our favorite Norwegian ship.
It pretty much is. I don't know why people hate it. I truly love it. It's just a unique, fun ship, but it's the crew. It's really, truly the crew. I love the Epic. I don't know if anything specific that you're wanting to know about it, but for everyone saying that they're going on cruises, awesome. We love that.
Yay, Stephanie, I agree.
Yeah. So
a cruise is a cruise, wherever we go.
Oh, we'll group cruise wherever. Awesome. Well, if we can get the whole group to say that. So did you love the food? Oh, okay. Vanessa has got a great. I will say this: the specialty dining on the Breeze is some of the best specialty dining I've ever had. I will say that Cucina del Capitano, the Italian place, is the best Italian restaurant that I've been to at sea, and that beats Horizon, that beats Norwegian, that beats Celebrity, that beats Royal. Sorry, guys, it's truly the best Italian food I've ever had.
It is. I wish there were more. I know you can only have so much on a ship, but there's only 2. So first of all, before we start talking about the actual food that we had, we want to address that we get this comment a lot. Why do we do specialty dining? Do we hate the MDR? If you don't know what MDR, it's main dining room food. We do not hate main dining room food. We love main dining room food. There are a few things that make us not eat there at night. The very first thing is our main thing is it's Sean's health.
My safety I'm deathly allergic to both seafood and shellfish.
Yes. And not that any cruise line has ever failed us on not providing the right thing. It's just a worry because once it happens to Sean, he's out. Like we're done. So we have to be really careful about that. With the main dining room, if you ever experienced it, all of your food is ordered in sort of like a bulk environment where waiters are coming out with trays upon trays upon trays of food. If that gets mixed up one time, Sean's done. So
and that happens.
It has happened before.
We've had a thing where I got served food and the server realized very quickly, and before I put my fork to the plate, grabbed it out of my hands and said, "I am so sorry." But that's a little too close for comfort. At the specialty dining, I get flagged like I'm being watched for
because it's
pickpocketing.
It's an individual cooking where they cook your food. It's safer for us. But also I'd say your health is a smaller percentage than the next thing about why we do specialty dining.
Wow.
Not that I don't want you to be sick. I don't want that.
Hey, screw your
but
health,
for
man.
us, we work very, very, very hard. We eat garbage food here because we work so hard, and I know that's not really a lie. We just don't eat very well here. When we go on vacation, it is the one thing that we treat ourselves to every night. It's very funny on cruises. We eat better than we do here at the house. So.
There's no good
we
food
treat
in Orlando.
ourselves to dinner. We do eat main dining room for breakfast and lunch.
Yeah.
And then we treat ourselves to special dining. So it's not that we hate the main dining room. There's the Sean's health, and then we just want to have something nice. Let
me add to that real quick. The one thing I don't like about the main dining room is how frenetic it is. It's absolute chaos. It's just fast and furious. And here's the thing with every main dining room I've ever been in.
Bye, Cruise Genius. Sorry.
Bye, Cruise Genius.
Thank you for joining us. Love you.
Oh, bye, Cruise Genius. The thing I don't like about the main dining room above everything else is that you don't ever get real access to your server. Like if for whatever reason they forget a utensil, which happens to me every single time, or sugar or salt or whatever, it's a process. And if you ask the wrong person, it sends this whole... The main dining room is a series of like cogs and wheels, and you just can't screw it up. So and all your food comes out at once, and it's just, for me, it's never been positive. It's always been wrong. And it's okay. So I'll throw this one to the Norwegian fans. This is why I absolutely love Norwegian. It's the death of the MDR. There is no MDR, and it's all, I love that. I absolutely love that about Norwegian, because even what you'd consider their MDR to be, it doesn't act like one. So for me, I'm deathly afraid of getting sick, and the service is not always usually that great. I'm not saying you can't find wonderful people in the MDR. That's absurd, but
it's just a lot going on, and it feels more like a cattle call dinner than it does where you get to be like, and sit down. I don't care if dinner takes 2 hours. We are enjoying every moment together and enjoying the, drinks. We usually, most of the time we get wine, and it's just this nice experience, that something different than what we have here at the house. And I don't want all that hustle bustle in and out kind of feeling. I want to go in, enjoy dinner, and just sort of relax. And it's just a nice feeling. And I really like that about specialty dining. So with that being said, let's talk about food on the Carnival Breeze.
Yes. So
let's start with breakfast.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a caveat out here right now. Stephanie is not happy, so I'm gonna throw this out there right now. The Horizon is comparable to all the current modern cruise ships across any fleet. You can get decent breakfast, decent lunch, and decent dinner anytime. I'm gonna say this for Stephanie, and then she can elaborate. The breakfast on the Breeze was the worst breakfast we've had on any cruise ship of any kind.
So bad.
It was so bad, and it was. For one, they're basically forcing you to go to the buffet a lot, and the buffet is one giant line. They don't split it up like other cruise lines do, where you have these little kiosks. It's one giant line. And so if you want cereal, you're waiting in the egg line, and you're also waiting in the ham line. It's just ridiculous. So if you like it, I'm not trying to insult you. It's just breakfast was a nightmare.
It was awful.
A nightmare. So we ended up skipping it most of the time.
If you notice on our videos, I felt like I was in college. I had more Cheerios for breakfast, and that's not a hearty breakfast. That's probably why I like C-Day brunch so much, because I was probably so starving for breakfast that I was so happy. C-Day brunch is fantastic. Main dining room breakfast, the buffet breakfast was terrible, and then Ocean
Allison,
Plaza.
we love that. Sorry.
Yes, we're so excited about
We're all
Virgin
about
for that exact reason.
All about that.
But the breakfast was just terrible. I couldn't understand. Sometimes we didn't even eat. Like we would have I would have a little bowl of cereal, and then we would just wait for lunch to roll around.
Because Blue Iguana and Guy's Burger Joint are amazing. They're both fantastic. So yeah, actually, Guy's Burger Joint I think rivals Five Guys. I
think
really
it's better than Five Guys, and it's so good. We went there for dinner. We just had dinner there on Halloween.
Yeah,
and it closes early, so you have to eat early, and then you're hungry later. But and yes, ship snacks. Oh, since we're talking about ship snacks, the other thing I will say about Carnival, they do have Cherry on Top, and Cherry on Top is basically a bulk candy store where you go and you have your bag and you put your candy in, all different kinds, and you weigh it and you pay for it. But that's the thing, you do have to pay for it. Other than Cherry on Top, which is fantastic, we got it on Horizon. We didn't get it on this time. We ran out of time for some reason, because I actually love Cherry on Top. Other than that, the ship snacks on both Carnival Breeze and Carnival Horizon are non-existent.
Yeah.
They don't have any. You can purchase stuff. You can purchase cookies for purchase. You can purchase ice cream. There's some things that are an upcharge that you can get that aren't even included on your drink pass. So ship snacks wise for Carnival, not the best. The best ship snack so far, hands down, has been the Celebrity Equinox.
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh, they have the best.
Yes.
They have an entire dessert rack that's like my favorite thing ever. I dream about it at night. It's so good. But so ship snacks on Carnival, not really good. I don't really feel like they put, besides the specialty dining, I don't really feel like they really put an emphasis on food.
No,
especially not with this breakfast.
They don't. But
mayhem that we have.
But to answer everyone who's like, I can't believe you're saying good things about Carnival, I will tell you that I can't believe I'm going to say this. Horizon had the best steakhouse I've been at, eaten at sea. The best Italian restaurant I've been at sea. And I don't mess around with food. I'm not a foodie. But I don't lie about anything. And we've been accused about just liking everything. We don't like everything. We're still human beings. We still run into problems. We just don't harp on the negativity. That's all. But it's truly the best steak restaurant, best Italian restaurant. And the Gigi's. Oh
my God.
Oh, hold me, Gigi. Oh,
we do not have, and I know we've said this before, we have the worst Asian food in Orlando. It is so terrible.
It's dog food.
And we have, and you can go from one side to the other is about an hour drive. So Orange County is huge and Orlando is huge. And we have scoured it all.
It doesn't exist.
And it used to be that the Epic had our favorite Chinese restaurant was Shanghai's, and we still love Shanghai's.
And then it was Celebrity.
And then we found Celebrity had, I forget what it was called. I don't
know, because Gigi moved into my life, and that's all I care about now.
Gigi's on the Horizon. They also have it on Vista. Is hands down the absolute best Asian food we have ever had at sea or land in Orlando. Not talking about New York or LA or anything, because we've had great Chinese.
If I was a country singer, I'd be like, oh, Gigi.
But it was so good.
Oh, goodness
I
gracious.
did miss that on this ship because it was good. But we enjoyed lunch. Like we said, we had Blue Iguana, which is included Mexican. It's like taco bowls and then Guy's Burgers, which we had almost every day. I think
It was
it was
fantastic.
just the best food ever. And then, like we said, dinner, which was really specialty dining, was amazing. We had a fantastic time.
But
So,
if you're a foodie, I would recommend a different line. If you're only about the food,
Yeah.
the food on the specialty dining on Carnival's ships are fantastic. But if you're a foodie and you want constantly great food no matter where you're eating, I just wouldn't. I don't believe that's their priority. I really don't. I think if you're a foodie, you should probably stick to Norwegian, maybe MSC.
This
I
is
know
a great
Allison
question.
said something about she didn't like the food on the seaside. I'm sorry, that's terrible. We had really great food, but
it changes.
it changes. There's
This is a great question. Allison asks, besides taking the stairs, what do you do so you don't gain cruise weight?
We do gain cruise weight.
It's only been, I hate to say it, it's only been 2 weeks since our last cruise, and
Why do
we
you hate
all.
to say that? I love to say
I
that.
feel bad. I feel bad. We're saying 2 weeks, 2 weeks ago. But I think on this last cruise, we actually, because we were eating poorly, like not eating as much better food, we actually we came home a little heavier than we did.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it's water weight and how you're eating. So we were eating a lot of salted stuff, and
The good thing about the vlog is it makes us try different things. The bad thing about the vlog is it makes us try different things. So, lots of salt. So the one thing I would say is get as much water as you can.
Yes.
We're grateful to find out that Princess has water and it's dirt cheap.
oh my gosh,
It's like $6.
It's $6 for a
$6
pack
for
of
water.
24. I think it's 20, maybe 12, but it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's $6.
Even if it was 6. And cruise ship prices,
$6.
there's nothing at $6 on a cruise ship. Nothing.
So yeah, we do gain weight. We
Yeah.
do work out at home. That is the one thing that keeps us sane while we're doing these crazy hours with our company. So yeah, we do take the stairs. We've actually been getting very lazy. We were just saying to each other that we have to stop taking the elevator so much.
There needs to be
To
an
take
addendum
the
to that statement.
stairs.
There's no we here.
Okay,
There's
yes,
no we
me.
here.
I when it comes to formal night, especially, I do not even want to walk one flight of stairs in heels. I have no desire. So we've been taking.
All right,
I've been-
cruise family,
I've been
can we all
lazy.
can we all get everyone here in the channel right now to admit that there's not one single ship at sea that the elevators aren't crazy. The
Yeah, the elevators
elevator
are crazy.
psychology on cruise ships is insane. The doors open. There's 900 people, literally appendages sticking out. Oh, there's room. No, there's not room. I'm gonna have a shirt saying no room.
This is a good question. Somebody's talking about pizza, that they loved everything except they missed the pizza. They did have the pizza in the back. We only, and we didn't know this
Until
well, we did the
sailing.
ship tour, but it was
Yeah.
closed.
Yeah.
But when we were sailing back into New York, we got up thinking that there wasn't going to be anybody awake because it was like 3:00 in the morning, and we went upstairs to the deck with the pizza on it, and there was like probably 75 to 100 people eating
All eating
pizza.
pizza.
It was just crazy.
I-
So I was like, oh, there's pizza
I will say
here.
that pizza on ships typically suck. I hate to say that because some people love
But we
it.
have the best pizza.
The best pizza on the planet.
Best, hands down.
At sea, I mean, is by far the seaside. By far. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness gracious, I could eat that all day. I guess maybe Royal is a second. It's not close second. Is
That's okay.
the pizza doesn't compare? But
Sorrento's is
Sorrento's,
okay.
yeah. But the problem with for whatever reason. I think there's a curse when it comes to pizza on cruise ships. It's just almost impossible to get a decent pizza on a cruise ship. You have to lower your standards pretty significantly. Like, would you pay for that pie on the ground? I don't mean actually on the ground, but you know what I'm saying.
On ground. And yes, Lou, we agree with you talking about steakhouse. We've also eaten at Cagney's. Actually, we've never eaten at Crown Grill. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, we've not eaten at Crown Grill, but we've definitely done Cagney's. We've definitely done Chops. We've definitely done Tuscan Grill and Fahrenheit. Tuscan Grill is an unfair
It's
comparison because it's Italian /
steakhouse.
steak, and it doesn't do either particularly great. So
Yeah.
they should just split that restaurant in half and do an Italian place and then do a steak place. But yeah, I agree. Fahrenheit is by far the best of all of those. And we love Cagney's. Cagney's is great, but it's just for whatever reason, Fahrenheit is doing something better. Plus, art at your table.
So
Come on.
to wrap
art
up-
at your table.
oh my gosh,
How
art at your
could-
table.
You're gonna rap without talking about art at your table.
If you see one thing and you go to the steakhouse, because it doesn't really tell you on the menu on Carnival what art at your table is, just get it.
It's art at your
Just
table.
get it. It tastes so good. It doesn't look like it would actually taste good, but it's so amazing, so great. Love it. So we're gonna wrap on food. For food ship snacks, I give both Carnival ships, Horizon and Breeze, a
Zero.
thumbs down,
Yeah,
a
it's
zero,
It is.
because they don't have anything
Yeah.
that you have to purchase something else. Where we've been on other ships, and there's always something usually that you can get, like cookies. They don't have that on on the Carnival ships, unless I didn't see them, and then I'm sad because I missed out on my ship snacks. But still, but everything else was good. The specialty dining's great, and sea day brunch, definitely give it a thumbs up.
We've heard
So-
this a lot, Renee, and we can't wait to try it.
I know.
Can't wait to
So-
try it. Everyone
so
keeps
good.
saying that the food on Princess is
Ah.
insanity.
Yes. Okay, so next thing we're going to talk about is we were on a Halloween cruise.
Yes.
And a lot of people
First
wonder,
time.
being on a holiday, we went on Thanksgiving Epic last year. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm so sorry. We were on the Epic for Thanksgiving last year, and how do I say this politely and kindly? It was just crazy busy everywhere, and it was just, I vowed that I would never go on a holiday cruise again because it was just insane. We are going on another Thanksgiving cruise, but this one's different. Next week is different. We'll talk about that in a second. But Halloween was really, really fun. Of course, they only did Halloween on Halloween night. Thank you. You're so nice. So that made it really nice. They did have a small amount of Halloween decorations. It's not like Halloween exploded all over the ship. It was just in the atrium. They had Patch the Pumpkin Pirate, which we have video of, and that was it. And just
cool.
little garland. So it wasn't, if you don't like Halloween and you were like, oh, I don't want to go on a Halloween cruise, you would never even know. It wouldn't bother you. It wasn't in your face. They didn't do anything else. I don't think there was a single decoration anywhere else.
Yeah, there's that website that's pretty famous where people go on and they complain about cruises. Someone said that literally every inch of the ship, our ship.
Bye, Robbie.
Bye, Robbie. Have a great cruise, brother.
Have a great cruise. Yes.
Have a fun.
Fun.
They were saying there's giant spiders everywhere, and it's basically like a scare zone at Universal. There was
Wasn't
nothing.
anything like
It
that.
was super sparse. It was only in the atrium, and if you blinked, you'd miss it. Truly.
Yeah.
It was not overbearing, except for Patch. I mean, if you're offended by a giant pumpkin pirate, well, he's up in your face for real.
He's not animated. He just sits
he
there.
just sits there,
So,
judging everybody.
Yeah,
slowly judging us all.
So. Definitely would say did you have fun? This is a great question.
Yes, on the
yes,
Thanksgiving. Yeah, we
had
always
fun.
make fun.
We always make fun, but it was a hard one. It's one of those ones where you're like trying to find the positive, and you're like, I can find this, and it was a little bit of a struggle. The crowds were really overbearing. We were in the Haven on that cruise, and there were so many people in the Haven jammed into rooms, so it was full capacity, kids, adults, and then people get angry because it's just, I don't know. It's hard to explain it because it was just crazy to start with.
I'm assuming someone's been on a ship where there's a general vibe. Like if there's some tension, like for example, we were on a celebrity ship where we missed a port, and instead of going to one port, we went to another. We ended up at Nassau, and that ended up making people really mad. And when you got out of your cabin, you could feel the tension. It was gross.
Tense.
Same thing was on the Thanksgiving. It was just, everyone was looking for a fight, and it's just like, man, we're all paying to be here, so maybe we need to all just dial it back a bit, because literally getting angry over water or something, just the littlest things were making people go insane. So the elevators were nasty. People were sitting on stairwells, blocking people. It was just, people were getting irate. So yeah, but we did have fun, and we always have fun. I mean, we obviously had fun. We went back on that ship 4 more times. So
we loved the Epic. And
yeah.
If you've been cruising a few times, then you understand that a cruise ship is one thing, but the people on the cruise ship can change the entire feel of that cruise. We did a double back one time
on the Epic.
We'll never do it again. It wasn't for us. And our first Epic cruise was fantastic. We had the best week. The second part of that cruise, the second week, the people that came on the cruise were awful. It was sort of a semi-chartered cruise, but it wasn't
completely chartered.
It wasn't chartered through NCL. The people just made this huge big group cruise, so they all came on the cruise at one time, and these people were terrible.
It was a little under 2,000 people on the ship. Were all together. We're all affiliated with one another, and they were doing things like throwing plates at servers, throwing glasses.
It was terrible.
And when the kids saw the adults do this, the kids started doing it as well. It got out of control. I literally saw an adult throw a plate at a crew member. That's not okay.
Yeah, it was rough. So it's just, the people make your cruise different, and you can be on the exact same ship at 2 weeks back to back, and they're completely different. It's crazy. So yeah, it was just, but our Halloween cruise, I know a lot of people were curious about this, about the decorations and the feel. It wasn't like that at all.
It was a normal.
It was one night, and the Halloween stuff did not start until late. We had a poll on our. I'm not a late person. If you guys watch the very end things on our video where I'm doing my like good night, goodbye kind of speech that I do.
Look at the bottom corner.
Look at the time. Some of it says like 10:30. I'm like, Sometimes I get kind of embarrassed that I'm in bed at 10:30 on a cruise, but I'm not a very good late night person. I get up at like 4:35 in the morning, even on cruises. So I'm a morning person, not a night person. And the stuff for Halloween was so late. I think it started at 11:30. Like the very first event started at 11:30 and it went on until 2 a.m. Maybe 1:30. I think it was like 1:30, 11:30 to 1:30. It was like 2 hours. It was so difficult for me. So that if you don't want to be part of the Halloween things, you're not missing out on anything. It was so after everything was going on. They still had shows and they still had entertainment and they still all did all that. So I wanted to say that because a lot of people were worried, well, I don't celebrate Halloween or I don't participate in Halloween. I'm not going to like this cruise. And so if it's
not the case.
It's not. So if it's a good deal, I mean, we've only experienced Carnival, like we just said, but what did I just do? I pushed a button.
I don't know.
Are we still live?
Yes. And it's like,
This is our wrap up on the Breeze. We're still going. So yeah, we had a good time. It was a fantastic cruise. We liked the Horizon better than the Breeze, but we still had a great time. We loved all of our ports. We had the best. If you check out our port days, we did some crazy excursions. They were really fun. Yes,
Allison says she doesn't. She's in bed by 10. There's
Yes.
nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Especially if you're
No, it's
rolling.
so
If
hard.
you're rolling in the Haven or the Yacht Club, you kind of feel guilty for leaving the area because it's just so nice. You're like, I just want to, curl up here and just chill.
Yep. All right, so we're going on to our next thing.
What?
Which is, hold on, where is it?
We have a brand new. So tomorrow we have a brand new cruise on the Royal Princess. It's a Fathom cruise, and we owe this all to Brittany Watson.
Oh, I have that. Hold on. Da-da-da.
We owe that to Brittany Watson. There we go. She runs a company called Your Perfect Getaway, and she decided to sponsor this trip. The Breeze was our last trip of the year. We did not plan on doing any more cruises. We were not going to do anything in November. We were not going to do anything in December. We were just done. And we found out about this Fathom cruise, and you go back to, there you go. We found out about this, sorry. Stephanie and her magic buttons. She loves to push buttons. There we go. We found out about this Fathom cruise really late. We had no idea that this Fathom cruise was happening. And so we just wrote an article real quick saying, hey, if anybody can help us out, and you all shared and liked, and we got lots of real positivity. And then Brittany came in and said, hey, I want to do this. I want to sponsor this outright. And we were just kind of walked around the office for like a day, just like tripping
I was
going,
like, what?
is this real? Is this true? Are we being punked? We are so thankful to have met Brittany. Thank you so much for your generosity and your sponsorship. We're able to go do another Fathom cruise. We did the One Fathom experience in Amber Cove, the Shocal, and it changed our lives. These are some incredible women, and nobody spoke the language, only our tour guide. So we made personal connections with people without speaking the language. That tells you how intense and how amazing the situations really are. You don't need to speak the language to understand what's going on, and we've made lifelong friends. A lot of them follow us on Facebook. A few of them are in here on YouTube right now. So we absolutely love the Fathom people, and we're just honored to be able to get to do it again. And so I will, be thanking Brittany till the end of my time, end of my days. Thank you so much, Brittany, for your kindness and your generosity. For those of you who don't know Brittany, please follow her on Facebook or hit her up on her website. Just give her some love. Follow her. She's really kind enough to support us, and you love us. So by the transitive property, we all need to love Brittany. She's amazing, and I can't thank you enough.
There's her website right there.
There's her
Your
website right
Perfect
there, you go.
Getaway.
Or Facebook. Yep.
Or
both.
Facebook. Yep. So very, very cool.
But seriously, Brittany, if you're still in here, I don't know if you're in here or not. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. You're an amazing human being, and we really.
Oh, this is a great question.
We really didn't know what to do.
Allison asked, what is a Fathom cruise? So we
Fathom.
will be on the Royal Princess tomorrow from Fort Lauderdale. A Fathom cruise is basically community service.
I accidentally said Phantom because someone kept typing Phantom. So
It's
I'm
Fathom.
like Ron Burgundy. You can't type things because I'll say it. Come on, people. No, it's Fathom Cruise. Yeah, sorry.
Fathom Cruise is basically a community service cruise. It's called Impact Travel, where you take a cruise or do something, and this group has all these different things that you can sign up to do, be part of. We have signed up for, and we will be going to Puerto Rico, San Juan, Grand Turk, and Amber Cove.
Mm-hmm.
Those are our three. Princess is a Carnival Corporation cruise line, if you didn't know that. So we are going to the Carnival ports for those three locations. In San Juan, we're supposed to be helping create stringed instruments for children. And all of this is sort of subject to change. So don't hold me to it if it changes during the vlog, but this is an example of what we're doing.
Right.
So we're supposed to be making stringed instruments for children, and we have a list of things to bring as well for donations. So we have stuff that we've purchased that we're going to bring with us on the cruise, like school supplies and glue sticks and chocolate molds and all this other stuff that we had a list for. So San Juan making instruments. And then in Amber Cove, we are working with another woman-owned business where they started doing recycled paper in the Dominican Republic. I guess they're one of the first. So we'll find out all about that, and we get to help them and be part of that and see how they run their company and run their business. And then in Grand Turk, which, as we all know, the Caribbean got hit really hard last year with hurricanes. So in Grand Turk, we'll be fixing up the visitor center, repainting, picking up trash, all that stuff. So those are our big excursions, and we're so excited to be part of this. And again, thank you, Brittany, for allowing us to do this, to be part of the Fathom experience, and to bring it to you guys so you guys can see it as well. It's just, our Chocal was just so amazing. So,
Brittany.
Hi, Brittany. So yeah, we're really excited, and I cannot wait to see Princess first and then do all the Fathom stuff. It's also kind of a group cruise, so it'll be our very first one, and there are like activities during the day with the Fathom people that where you meet up with people and you talk about how to do good things when you're traveling and impact travel and all that stuff. So we're really excited.
Yeah, Allison, if you haven't seen our Chocal episode from the Carnival Horizon, check it out. It's not all that carnival intensive. It's really mostly about these amazing women. So you should check it out if you haven't seen it already. It literally changed my life. The second we got back, I wrote every Fathom person I could think of. I literally contacted anybody who's ever done a Fathom trip that I could find. And I try to reach the company as quickly as possible because I wanted to know where all their stuff was, so I can make plans to do every single one, not some, but all. It's like soul changing, soul refreshing. You go from a ship where there's a lot of indulgence and a lot of it's great, it's fun, but that's just what it is. And so while you get really great nourishment on a ship, we got really for the lack of sounding silly, our souls got nourished on the Fathom excursion. It's hard to explain. I just when we did the Chocal thing, they didn't know what to think of us, right? Here we come in with all these cameras and stuff, and so when we finally made a connection with them and started talking to them, showing them the videos that we do, and then the tour guide explained, like, hey, we're not pranksters or anything like that. They got way into it, and they saw what we were doing, what we're all about. We're all about love and positivity. And as a result, we made this like really crazy personal connection with everybody at Chocal, and it was just, and the tour group as well. And to the point where we watched them. Yes, I would love to do a Fathom group. You should put that up there.
Well, I was going to do this one first.
Okay. Anyway, it's
life
impossible.
changing.
It is like I am a different human being as a result of that 4-hour experience. And some people are like, oh, it looked dangerous or whatever. I never felt in danger. Everybody there is so incredibly kind. They're just happy that you're giving up your free time to see what their daily life is like and help them out.
We made chocolate that they sell in the stores, which is really cool.
Everything
from
the farming,
growing it to processing it to distribution.
Packaging.
It was just really cool.
It was a really cool thing.
I'm really excited about the recycling to see, because again, we started, we're, if you didn't know, I'm sort of the head of our company, and so helping other women-owned companies and meeting women that have done this and to hear their story. We didn't actually get to talk about the story of the Chocal that much, but
no,
they started this because they are in Altamira. So if you've been to Puerto Plata, the city, it's about an hour drive,
like 40 minutes
down the mountain. And I would say that turns into probably maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours if the weather's really bad, because it is treacherous downhill and their cars aren't the best. They're all driving like mopeds and motorcycles and stuff. So these women were driving an hour to 2 hours a day to work, and they said, we're not doing this anymore. We're going to start doing something where we can work from home.
That's not entirely true. They weren't. It wasn't that they were driving. It's that the drive was so long that they were actually spending 5 to 7 days away from their families.
Yeah, they weren't coming
That's
home.
the biggest point that you need to make is these women are making such sacrifices for their families that they wouldn't see them for 5, 7, 10 days at a time just to earn money and then come back and then
provide
provide for their family. Over time, that they had enough. I don't blame them. That's a terrible way to spend.
They were missing out on their kids and everything else. So
they started making these little tiny chocolate balls,
like artisanal
chocolate balls that only the locals would know and understand, and they loved them. And it got the attention of these Swiss chocolatiers and people over the world.
Yeah. So those chocolate balls, if you saw the thing we were dipping the hot chocolate, it wasn't really hot chocolate. It was different. But in the video, I have my hot dog roll that I'm dipping in the chocolate. It's like I said, I think it was a chocolate sandwich. That chocolate was the little chocolate balls makes that hot cocoa, and that's what everybody drinks in this city. So there we go. There you
go. That's awesome, Amy. Thank you so much. That makes our day. That's all we really want. All we care about is bringing exposure to these things and having other people do it. We don't. Somebody called us spoiled and fake the other day, which was like really crazy. We work 100-hour weeks and while we choose to be happy, you know, we tell the truth if something bad happens. It just has to be bad enough to be worth talking about and you know, weeks later. But the Fathom, it was such a great experience that, I mean, literally, I if I was wealthy, I would pay people to go on these excursions. I would pay for their excursions. They're not expensive. What did it cost? I mean, they're just not expensive.
I think we paid $79 a piece, and that was for transportation and our tour guide. That paid. So Fathom hires a local group who knows the language and can take you there, and they are the translator. So they paid. So that $79 a person pays for your transportation and your translator and your bus driver. So that's not very much. And there were probably, I think there were probably 10 people on our crew on our excursion at the most. So they're not doing it for money. They're not trying to make money off of that part.
No.
They just want to, you know, you're just helping. It's just community service, and it was wonderful. I cannot wait to meet
it's gonna be so
We've
great.
been talking to the Fathom people. They're these most amazing girls that we've been talking to, and I can't wait to meet them tomorrow. It's crazy. We'll meet them tomorrow.
So there's a lot of great questions about Fathom. I love this. Kathy, Fathom is an excursion, right? Yes. So what Fathom is an organization of people who have networked with the ships and with local tour companies. You are not actually going on a tour with Fathom. You're going on a tour with whoever the local tour company is, and they work directly through Fathom. So Fathom is like in the sky. They're real
like
people.
An organization.
They're an organization of people who connect people like us with the ship and with the tour guides. So otherwise, they would have to have operations all over the world, and it would be too expensive for them to run that, which is what they told us. Fathom was a cruise line. Cruiser 580, that's true. And we are so sad that we missed out. They had a ship, and they nixed it. For whatever reason, we've heard multiple stories, not really understanding why they nixed it, but they nixed it. The official story is as a result of nixing the ship, they can open it up to all Carnival ships. So Holland America, Princess, and Carnival.
Yeah, this is a Carnival thing.
This is a Carnival
which
thing.
Doesn't exist on any other line. So if any other line is watching right now, you need to get on this and get with Fathom.
It needs to be said, though, that a lot of these things are in Amber Cove and Grand
That
Turk.
is true.
Those
They're
are both Carnival ports.
Both Carnival ports.
If you knew that or not. San Juan is obviously not a Carnival port. And what was the other one? I forget. But
Grand Turk, which is also Carnival.
So the thing is, if you're on a ship that goes to these places, you could absolutely go do it on your own. You could reach out to the tour company and book it. Obviously, you run the risk of if they run late or whatever, you miss the ship, and that would be a really terrible situation. But so yes, if you're not on a Carnival Corporation ship, you can still do Fathom privately if you contact them. But no, if you just roll up on like a Norwegian ship or whatever, they don't offer them at this time. I highly recommend that you reach out to your favorite cruise line and ask them for this. Because even though they're partners with the Carnival Corporation, I'm getting the impression that they would like anybody and everybody.
And Vanessa, you've been asking if you can bring donations. How can we help? I appreciate that. We actually are good. They actually want us to keep it to a very small amount. I don't think we have to carry all of this stuff, and I don't think they want to overwhelm anybody with all of the stuff that we're bringing. So we had to keep it to a small grocery bag. So I appreciate that. My suggestion would be to contact Fathom, which is fathom.org, I believe. Go on their website. Look, somebody mentioned doing a group cruise. It would be amazing to do a Fathom group cruise together with everybody on Cruise Buddies and anybody else who would want to go. Maybe we'll have to look into that, and I'll have to start researching to do that because that would be so amazing. Everybody would have a fantastic time, and it would be a great way to, give back to these communities that we all love so much with cruising. So yeah, we are so excited.
If you're on Facebook and you really are interested in doing a group cruise of any kind, or you just want to hang out with fellow cruisers who are all about positivity, there's no drama in our group, none whatsoever. Go on Facebook and look for Sean and Stef Cruise Buddies. It's a huge family. I think we're like 700 right now. It's not that big, but everyone in there is family. We love each and every one of them. So if you're not in there, join. If you are in there, well, we already love you because we tell you every day. So yes, Fathom is fantastic. The Princess ship, we've never done Princess before. We are so excited to try it. It looks stunning. The Royal Princess looks fantastic.
Oh, by the way, that horn is the real horn from Princess.
Yes.
They do the Love Boat horn.
Something about your boy here. When I do animation, that's the actual Royal Princess going by, and that's the actual horn. I put the extra effort in. There's no real reason to do it. I did it anyway because I thought, wow, that's cool. They do the Love Boat.
I really hope they did that. If you did not know, Princess Cruises was the Love Boat, or they filmed the Love Boat on Princess Cruises, I think. Yeah, we're really excited to hear that. We've been next to Disney ships a ton. We've never heard their special horns. And so we're really excited about hearing the Princess Love Boat horn.
Oh, yeah.
Because we only heard the regular cruise horns, the regular ones that you hear. So I'm really excited to hear a musical horn for the first time ever in our cruise history. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and
So,
we don't know anything. I mean, the Piazza is they don't have an atrium on Princess ships. I'm from what I'm reading, it's a Piazza or a Plaza.
Day 2, ship
And
tour day.
actually, it's going to be day 3 for us. So
Oh, that's right, day 3.
look at you throwing out the wrong data.
Forgot.
But they apparently do like a big balloon drop, and I mean, it's like supposed to be really, really cool. So I can't wait to, we're not used to that, and that's why we love going on all the ships. Every ship does something really cool and unique, and we cannot wait to see what Princess is all about. Truly,
And we're so excited. And again, we cannot thank Brittany enough. Thank you, Brittany, for sending
Brittany,
us
you're
on
an
this
amazing
trip.
human being.
I mean, having sponsorship is just amazing, and this cruise is just going to be amazing.
Let's throw some truth out here. For whatever reason, people love to talk about us, and they don't include us. Some of the rumors include that we're paid by the cruise lines. We are not. We have our own business. You can go to rampantdesigntools.com. It may look like it's a big company, but it's 50% her and 50% me. It's actually 60-40. She does way more work than I do. But the point is, we're not spoiled. We work really hard to do this, and we truly could not afford any other cruises this year. We are literally flat broke. We had nothing in the budget, and I didn't beg. I just said, hey, it'd be really great if somebody out there could do this. And Brittany went, done.
It was amazing.
I don't even think she had time to think about it. She's just like, yeah, we're going to make this happen. And it's just like, that makes your heart weep. That, it's like, thank you to our Facebook family for liking and sharing. That particular post got shared more than any other post in the history of our channel.
Yeah, you guys all helped do this. You helped get us here.
So thank you so much.
Thank you. This cruise is for everyone. We're just really excited to bring you guys and show you what Fathom's about and what you can do on a cruise. And then, the group cruise is just an amazing, amazing idea.
And yes, Cruise Genius has said this multiple times. I'm not ignoring anybody. It's almost impossible to respond to all these Fast and Furious comments. But yes, there is another cruise after Princess, and it's another special cruise that we will talk about in depth on why it's special. But it's going to be on the Norwegian Bliss, and it's going to be in December. And it's stupid cheap. So if there's still rooms available, go check it out, because there are some ridiculously low rates on the Bliss right now for December. Like stupid cheap.
So cheap.
Stupid cheap.
So cheap.
It's not so cheap. It's stupid cheap.
Like we're gonna write a whole blog post about it, but we have leaked a little bit that we're not taking away from this cruise, so we're not gonna talk about it.
That's about all we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, we will have another live stream when we come back. We'll review Princess and all the Fathom stuff, and then we'll just like this one, we'll talk about our upcoming cruise. So
Princess, we can't wait. We'll go live from the ship tomorrow. We can't wait to see what everything has. So it's a double cruise for us. We're going to do some double duty. We're going to do the regular ship things that we always do, and then it's tons and tons of Fathom excursions and Fathom events, from what I understand.
Fathom like dinners and drinks and meetings, and so it's going to be a pretty intense.
We're going to Princess.
We're going to Princess Key.
Cays is Key. How do you all pronounce Princess's private island? Is it K?
K or Key?
Ks. Anyway, we're going there for the very first time ever, and of course that means Stephanie will do her world famous ultimate guide. It's amazing.
It's amazing. So we're there on day 2. So we leave tomorrow from Fort Lauderdale, and our very next day we're in Princess Key. So we don't do ship tour day until day 3.
We're going to find out how that's pronounced prior to doing the video.
Yeah, we need to find out.
So then day 3 will be our ship tour day.
So day 3. But we'll have an island tour of Princess Key. K is Key. Yeah, that's what I thought. Key.
Yeah, but it's Cays. That's why we
Keys.
Whichever one I pick, I'll be wrong.
We don't know. We'll be
I'm just
wrong.
not going to pick.
People will tell us. It's fine. I'll say Key K. Key K?
I'm just going to call it the private island. Brittany, you should know. How do you pronounce this private island of princesses? How are you supposed to? Is it? But it might be Keys. It might be K's. I mean, it has an S. It's plural. I don't know what's up. Uh-oh. Are you done? No.
We're still good.
So.
Okay, guys.
Maybe share your booking tips. Always looking for a bargain. Stephanie, she can.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Refresh if you're frozen. We just did that. It fixed it. So
Stephanie Butler's got a really great question about booking tips. To be honest, we are an anomaly. We look for crazy deals. Stephanie will actually go on the website daily, or at least a couple times a week, fill out a spreadsheet of the current ships we're looking at, and then just a handful of months, maybe the month we're looking at, the month behind it, the month in front of it. And it's every day, just real quick during a lunch break or whatever, let's just check and see. My father likes to say that Norwegian has hired an ex-airline person because the Norwegian rates jump like literally every 20 seconds.
They do jump a lot. They jump a lot.
But yeah, so we don't really have any special tips. Some of the special deals that we've gotten are incentives for filmmakers and vloggers. So, and it's really not that big a deal. Like when we were on Carnival Horizon, we were given priority embarkation, and we were very clear to say that. Thank you, Carnival, for giving us priority embarkation, because that's not something that you normally get. But that's the kind of things we don't get. We don't get free cruises or anything like that. So to get sponsored wholly by a wonderful person like Brittany is just, it makes, I don't know what else to say.
There you go.
Oh, except for that.
Right there.
Thank you, This is backwards, so thank you, Brittany Watson. That's hard to do.
Yes.
So for booking tips, I would honestly make good friends with a TA and see if they can help you out. Usually they're faster. Or if you're a specific like Carnival, the PVPs are really great. Jay is a great PVP if you're Carnival specific. We've had nothing but really bad luck with a travel agent. Which is one. And so Brittany's completely changing that around. She is treating us like a customer and a client.
Oh my gosh, you should see all this
the most
swag
wonderful
that she
gift
sent us.
ever.
It
I'm
was
actually
so
I think it's
wonderful.
Right here. I'm gonna grab it.
It was like a whiteboard to count down your days, and then like chapstick and all this stuff. It was really, really neat. And plus, she gives you like this folder, which I usually have, which was so nice that I didn't have to print this out, like of all your booking stuff. So that was really, really cool. Complete opposite from our last travel agent that we worked with. But look at this stuff. This is really
cool. She gave us
cool.
this really great binder with all of our information in it and a little handwritten note. And she gave us this with a couple other things with it, but Stephanie's already used it. But it's really cool. I mean, everything that you need, including, we've never been treated like this by a TA before. So that's really neat. So yeah, I'm very happy with Brittany. And if we were to ever book through a TA right now, it would absolutely be with Brittany right now. But yeah, for booking tips, I think the cruise lines have gotten wise, and I don't know if anyone's really getting crazy deals anymore. I think
usually
they're
January
really
and
aggressive.
February. Somebody just put this. Vanessa did. January, February are typically the cheapest that we've noticed. Again, it doesn't matter. Norwegians go up and down.
I'm telling you this right now. The Bliss in December is like a third the price of what it is in January.
Now that's an
don't know why.
inside stateroom.
It's all the rooms
Which we'll
across the
talk
board.
about that, but when we on our next live stream. So yeah, it's good. So definitely just look around. I keep a spreadsheet because I can't ever remember, was it this, was it that? I also find out that they do a lot of I call it like a bait and switch kind of thing, when they will give you like $100 onboard credit, but then they'll raise the price $100. So you're like, yeah, I get $100 onboard credit, and you're like, well, but you're not. You're paying $100 extra. So
right,
I always keep because I'll never remember that. So I always keep a spreadsheet and say, okay, well, this is this. And
we use Google Docs extensively, and we have like a dream sheet of like ships that we can't afford, like Equinox or not Equinox, Edge looking at you. Or just dream ships that aren't in this part of the world. Been wanting to be on the Meraviglia forever. Which we get to go on in a year.
Somebody asked that, and then we'll sort of wrap this up because we have to just finish packing and stuff for tomorrow.
We've kept you all on a long time.
So as of right now, our 2019 plans are only one ship.
One ship.
So. And it's in October. We will be on the Meraviglia out of New York going to October. We're going to miss Allison by this much. We're going to miss
Seriously, Allison, do a double back. Just do it. Come on. Just do a double back. Come on, Allison.
20 days on there. Come on, Allison. You can do it.
You can do 20 days.
We're going to do 10 days going to Canada and New England. So I'm really excited about that. But that's our only 2019 plans as of right now.
Yeah, nothing else is firm.
We do like doing things last minute. So.
Well, yeah, I mean,
when deals drop,
it's nice to plan things, but right now everything's in a little bit of a turmoil, and things are a little on the expensive side, far more than last year. And we just have to see how things roll out.
Yep.
So hopefully we can get more likes and views. And I just want to say this without sounding weird: when you like and share and view our videos, it helps us out greatly. You have no idea, and that's all I can say about it. I will talk about this extensively after the Princess trip, but you all are the reason that we exist, and I cannot thank you enough. Seriously, truthfully, it's just hard to explain. It's like it's like almost getting tears. I'm getting a little teary. Just you all are amazing, and thank you so much for. I mean, we're just a stupid little slice of data in the sky. We're just a silly little show on YouTube. There's millions of people doing the exact same thing that we're doing, and I appreciate you spending your time with us. Seriously,
thank you for everything.
You all are amazing. And you are a big family to us.
You are. You guys are. If you know our story, you guys know that you're our family, and we really appreciate all of your kind words and everything that you say, and all of your words of inspiration. And it keeps us going daily through work and then through cruising, and it's just been amazing. The community, the cruise community, and the Sean and Stef Cruise Buddies community has just been. It's been wonderful to see it grow over the last year, pretty much.
Yeah, we're surprised anybody knows this. On the Breeze, a lady found us in the elevator, and she just kept elbowing her husband like, I know them. And we're like, we can hear you.
Oh, the app.
This is an elevator.
Everybody wants your app.
My app. Oh, it's
Your
called the
hub.
Holiday and Vacation app. I don't have a link for it, but it's just called the Holiday and Vacation app. It's super basic. It's not like Shipmate. You don't get to put a review about your cabin or make friends or anything like that. It's legit just a countdown. But I like it because it's fun to post and it's fun to see where you've been and where you're going. I mean, the transatlantic was only in April, but it looks like it was 4 or 5 years ago. If you look at the list, it seems like I don't remember it other than getting a private tour from a monkey.
Monkey birthday.
Monkey birthday. And Allison and her husband are awesome. See, that's the great thing about transatlantics. You get to spend time and really meet people. You're not frantically going, no, I have 25 things to do today.
Yeah, it was so fun. All right, guys, we
Thanks,
are going to
everybody.
wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining us today or tonight. I know it's late for a lot of people.
Yes.
So thank you
Especially
definitely
her.
for joining. I have to finish packing. So yes, thank you guys. Vlogs coming soon from Princess. Also, make sure you go here, right here. We will be doing our typical
Oh, yes. We're going to do
Instagram.
We basically live vlog the whole trip, depending upon the internet access. But you can see the entire breeze and horizon as it happened. So we're going to hopefully double down and do that again. Thank you again to Brittany once again for everything.
you.
And if you haven't already, please go check out her Facebook page or her website and give her some love. It's very cool that she did that for us. So we're just asking our family to share the love.
Perfect Getaway
Your perfect getaway.
by Brittany Watson. Go there, check her out. Thank you so much, Brittany. You are awesome. It's wonderful. We just cannot thank you enough for sponsoring this trip. So.
And thank you to everybody in our cruise buddies. Thank you to all of you watching our YouTube channel, or reading our blogs, just everybody on our Facebook page. Thank you to each and every one of you for all the love you give us. You really do make us better people. We love each and just adore each and every one of you. And yeah, we truly are a different set of people as a result of knowing all of you. And so thank you for everything you do for us. And we hope we can continue to make entertaining shows for you. And let's talk about that group cruise, but I'm going to put it in your hands to figure out the ship, yo.
No, we're gonna do Fathom. I'm gonna research this.
I would love to do a Fathom
get on
cruise.
it.
Oh, right. Well, see, Commander Spreadsheet here. She's on the mission.
I'm gonna do it. Thanks, guys, so much. Off to
Thanks,
packing
Amy.
for us. We got to get everything packed up, but definitely go to Instagram. Sean and Stef on
Thank you, Jason.
Instagram. We will be doing all of our postings. You get to see a lot of what we do on the vlog in our show and Instagram, which is really cool, on our story. So definitely go
That
there.
was deep. That was deep. Like Inception.
My brain
deep.
is sort of fizzling away as the hours click on.
Yeah, anything after sundown, she's done for.
Yes, and if you want to see, we will go live tomorrow as soon as we get on the
sure.
ship. We are planning on being at the ship around 11.
Hey,
11:30.
ARCJCM, where have you been? Where have you been? So good to see you. Sorry, I just noticed. I'm like, oh my goodness, haven't seen you in forever. So great to see you.
Yeah, so we will be live streaming tomorrow from our. Well, I don't know where we'll be doing it from. Probably
It won't be.
We
from
have
our
an inside
we have an
stateroom,
inside
so
stateroom, so we will not be broadcasting.
It will
from
probably be outside
Yeah.
on a balcony.
We could fake that probably, just like put a sheet over it. Hey, we're in an inside stateroom. No, we'll find a place on the deck like we did with Royal.
Yes. So yeah.
Good night from New Zealand. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow,
I
that
know
is
it's
so
late.
crazy.
I know
Oh,
it's
I'm
super
so sorry.
late
It must
there.
be like
1 o'clock in the morning.
60
I'm so
o'clock in the morning.
sorry.
That's crazy. Thank
So
you so much
sorry.
for staying up for this. Working. I hear you. I hear you. We thought we might have like offended you or something. We missed you. So cool. Glad to see you around. So thank you so much for everybody. Thank you, Reagan, and thank you, Solo, and thank you,
Thank you for
ARC.
everybody
Thank
joining
you, Roberta.
tonight.
Thank you, Allison, everybody. Robbie, have a great cruise, buddy. Miss you, man.
Yes. Okay. So
Thanks, Isabel. Yeah.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Isabel.
everybody.
Everybody, we will see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
What are we doing?
Right here.
Oh.